Hi, this is Travis with Two Brothers Adventures. Today I'm going to be talking about the True Utility Fire Stash. We're going to review it against our standardized checklist for fire starting devices. For more information on that checklist or on this video series, check out the link we'll throw on the screen now. Alright, so as far as packaging, the way that this True Utility Fire Stash came, it was packaged in a blister package. As far as weight, we just filled this up, so this is full of fuel, lighter fluid. It's 1 ounce with the key ring and everything. Cost on these are about $12 off of True Utility's webpage, or you could, depending on where you want to buy it from. And how it works, it's encased, lighter, it's actually a lighter, it's encased in this waterproof container that unscrews, that hooks onto your key ring or a necklace or lanyard, whatever. There's actually an O-ring in here that keeps the water out. And then there's a lighter that you pull out and you fill with lighter fluid, similar to like a Zippo or whatever. There's a reservoir underneath there with cotton, and there's a wick, and you strike and it lights, and you can blow it out, screw it back on, and that's how you carry it at your store. The nice thing about with the seal in that is it keeps the fluid and everything in there from evaporating and keeps it out. As far as burn time, we're going to go ahead and skip over that, and we'll move right into the water test. First, we'll start out with the damp or the mist test. To simulate mist or dampness, we're going to take 3 sprays from this water bottle. First, we'll give it a spray as it's meant to be carried, which is how you would have it before you would need to use it in most situations, which is sealed. So because of that O-ring, it's going to keep all the water and everything out. So it passes the mist test that way. Just for consistency, in case you're trying to light it in the mist or rain or whatever, we'll try it like this. See if it'll still light. So it did. Took a couple strikes there, but so it definitely passed the mist test. Next, we're going to go ahead and do the dip test. So we can go ahead and dip it, pull it out. Make sure my fingers are dry. Unscrew it. So in its case like this, it definitely passes the dip test. I'm going to go ahead and blow it out, and we'll try dipping it like this. See if we can get it to light. There we go. So it took a few more times. A little water might have gotten in the wick there, but definitely we'll pass the dip test. We're going to go ahead and let this dry out, and then we'll do the soak test. Okay, so we made sure this is nice and dry. As you can see, it lights first try. So for the soak test, first we're going to soak it as it's intended to be carried, screwed in with the O-ring. So I'm assuming that this is going to pass with flying colors, this part, because of the O-ring will keep the water out. But and then what we'll do is we'll open it up, and we'll actually soak it open to see if it'll pass that way as well. So I'm going to drop this in and start the timer. We'll wait 2 minutes and see if it'll light. Okay, so we're coming up on 2 minutes for the first soak test with it completely enclosed and sealed. Stop that and pull this out. Unscrew it. Appears to be completely dry. I'm going to wipe my hands off because they're wet. I don't want to contaminate the striker. And it lights without an issue, no problem whatsoever when it's completely sealed. So next I'm going to reset this. And I'm going to have to, it's not magnetic, so I'm going to figure out a way to get that out. I'm going to tie this string on it.
Just clip the striker in the clip.
That's a good idea. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and dunk this for 2 minutes. So start the timer, and we'll see if that'll light. Alright, so we're coming up on the 2 minute mark with the second soak test with it actually opened and fully exposed, which is the way it's not intended to be carried. So this would only, I'm going to shake it off, blow it out, see if we can get it to light. There we go. So took a few strikes, but definitely even after a 2-minute soak test, not even intended to be carried the way that it's supposed to be, it still will light. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to set up and we'll do the wind test. Okay, for the wind test, we have a set of fans, 3 fans set up here at this end, and then a yardstick set up. So what I'm going to do is try to give this a light right here at the end of the yardstick, and if we can get it to light, I'll move it towards that. So it doesn't look like it's going to light with the wind. Let me see if I can block the wind. Okay, I blocked the wind. So as soon as it gets the wind, it blows out. So definitely this doesn't pass the wind test. You would need to get shield this to light it. So it failed the wind test. Okay, so we just finished the wind test and realized we forgot to do the one-handed test with this. So I'm going to do the one-handed test with it closed. So the easiest way I can think of to open this, because you got to untwist it, is probably to grip the keyring part in my mouth. If it's on your keyring, you can do that as well. There we go. Pretty tight with that O-ring. So passes the one-handed test. You could definitely several different ways. I could have stood on the key ring or stood on the top and unscrewed it, things like that, but definitely passes the one-handed test. Okay, so to wrap up on the True Utility Fire Stash, it passed all of the water tests without issues. So it passed the mist dampness test, both open and closed. It passed the dip test, open and closed, and it passed the soak test, open and closed. And this is intended to be carried closed, waterproof, so it's very impressive that it passed all 3 tests open as well. So that's a testament to this design. It does have replaceable flints, so you can replace the flints when you pull it out. That you can unscrew the screw and actually replace the flints from the bottom, similar to a Zippo or other type of lighters like this. As well as you can always use if you run out of fuel with this and you're carrying it, you can always use the striker as a striker as well. So as far as the wind test, this failed the wind test, which is surprising because there's no kind of windshield or anything around the wick. It's just open. But other than that, this is a great 1 ounce, a great, really light, thing that you put on your keychain, hang around your neck, whatever. So definitely something to add to your EDC kit or survival kit.